This is Candy, the Colorado cranker, with the first in a series of videos for all the new LT150 owners. I will be using Freya, all updated using the new wider slot 60 cylinder and 30 slot cone ribber. In this first video, I share my method of preparing yarns and the best helper tools I use regularly. Freya yarn is a compact, heavy sport weight yarn that comes in 100-gram balls with 210 yards per ball. The Scholler Stahl hobby yarn is a light sport weight that comes in a 50-gram ball with 130 yards. The large clear jar you see me drop the yarn into is a repurposed jar. The lip for a lid helps keep the yarn ball in the container. I start winding using the outside yarn end. My yarn winder of choice is the old Royal small cone winder. New cones that fit these reliable winders are still being made on 3D printers. The top shelf for project yarns and tools. Waste yarn is kept on the lower shelf and threaded through the left and up to the top, then brought down to the left side of the tower to these nifty white dots. The white dots are self-stick Velcro, and they make some easy to use yarn holders. The measuring tape anchored to the top underside of the LT150 stand measures from 1 to 16 inches. It is this long just to help me determine foot and leg length of socks and sometimes other knitting as it is being cranked. One tool I use more often than I would like to admit is this wood-handled telescopic magnet. This really makes quick work retrieving drop tools and needles without having to stand on my head. The design and handle of this nicely lathed wood was made by my cranker friend Betty Cohen. Cable cuffs are the best affordable cinch I've ever found. I use them to cinch up a tube of knitting to keep soft weights, usually close to the top, mostly for short rowing. But they can have other uses as well. If you need a cable cuff, find yours online possibly. I haven't looked recently, but you can almost always get them at Home Depot for under $2. Soft weights are these black, round to 2.5, 3.5 pound weight I use during different parts of cranking. It usually involves short rowing, but most of the time you're really going to see it is when I'm hanging a toe-up sock like this. It's just perfect in there, that 3.5. You start to go to 4 pounds and it gets to be a little bit too much. This puts the weight in the center, lets me crank around, and it flows right down the tube, avoiding all of the things inside. It works with any sock machine. They really are about the most versatile weight you can possibly use, and I think probably the best part of it is you can see it, you can adjust it, you can even leave a little tail on the end, a little knot, so you can pick them up easier when they're down inside the sock. You can find the published directions to make your own soft weights on my coloradocranker.com blogger pages. Well, that covers many of the additional tools I use that do not come with your LT150. The next video in this series will cover heels and toes made with 3 short row wedges and or the standard mitered short row.